Welcome in. Always let my intro play. So that's why if I'm on the screen and I'm quiet for 15 seconds, but I'm always trying to put something up there that's an intro before it gets to me. I might sometimes speak a little bit before it. It just depends. I try to harmonize the 15 seconds that I usually like to give to whatever's there before I say anything. But anyways, I just wanted to thank you guys for the interesting off the cuff the last couple of days. We kind of went deeper. Experimental. What are we chasing? What are we doing? Where are we at? As much, I'm hearing about these timeline splits by a lot of folks. If that's the case, it makes sense. Some people would stay in a 3D timeline split. Some wouldn't. You know what I mean? If that's the case, or can we anchor in and out of them, meaning going to both? I would think the ones who are in the 5D could go to 3D, but not the other way, because you have to match that frequency to go there. But anyways, instead of me doing too much talking, let's go. And I said we're going to recap. We're going to do nuances next. So today we're going to do the telekinesis recap. Yeah, so let's get started. Let's see if we can recap this thing. And as we recap it, we're just going to talk about it. And yeah. Go over here. I got a few to share. This is something. The teles. You got telepathic, you got telekinesis, you got teleportation. Telekinesis is having the ability to move objects through your energetic, through your mind, through your energy phase, to physically move physical objects with your mind. Powerful, 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 powerful gift. Powerful strength that we have when we're able to get in these spaces to do that. I've never experienced it. Telepathic, yeah. Especially with certain folks, definitely has happened. I even see it even kind of crossing over between telepathic and the claris, because that feel or sentience or telepathy is kind of even in that sense where you sense and but it's the words are not spoken, right? And you can even pick up on other things, what they're thinking or perceived thoughts. Telepathic can definitely do this. This is very powerful. These are some of the gifts and things that I could see being more activated for us now. That is happening. That's why I put this out here. Be open to this, because I've met and heard the conversations through some people that I know that other people know, and they're talking about having these types of gifts, right? The telekinesis and telepathic. The claras, and then even feeling spirits, sensing spirits, all those type of things, and not wanting gifts, out of body experiences, not wanting them because it's not connected to knowledge. They get scared, and then are actually praying for it to be taken away. And of course, when you're going to probably the places they go to, because where they're at and lacking knowledge, is they're going to witch hunt you over at the church. They're not going to promote you having this. And even if it's a church that promotes it, some spiritual gifts, they're only given to a few people. Only the prophet can prophesize. I already know that church conundrum, right? It's not going to fulfill you in your knowledge. That's why you left it. You were taken out of it with a strong arm. All of us who were in that aspect were taken out. I was taken out of a very strong arm. Many of you with your knowledge and awakening were taken or left, right? So telekinesis, telepathic. Telekinesis is a very strong one. I shared the video with Robert Seffer, how they were actually doing tests on the governments. People had psychic abilities. Movement of an object produced without contact. In an early reference have been coined by Alexander Aksakoff. There's the Russia. Imperial counselor to the Tsar in modern Latin means etymology, motion at a distance, movement. So this even answers my question if you could send healing somewhere else, or if you could even do Reiki from a distance. I think so. I do think so. Now, I'm always going to look at who's saying what and who's doing what in that way. But anyways, the truth is there. These are the kind of the things that it will be opened up to you as you progress. These abilities. Like I said, I've never experienced it. I would love to experience this. I remember The Matrix when I mentioned the boy and the spoon, right? The boy and the spoon. So let's go here. Back to opposed ability, the supposed. Now they're going to wrap it in that. To move objects in a distance by mental power or non-physical means, energetic. Yeah. Telepathic. Cable. There's their supposedly crap again. Capable of transmitting thoughts to other people and knowing their thoughts. Psychic. Definitely. A lot. And teleportation, yeah, definitely that. Not necessarily physical. It can be within your mind, within your spirit, within even your dreams. You're traveling. You're going to different places. You're traveling in your dreams. When you learn how to dream and come out of the body, and you start learning to lucid dream, where even in the dream you're actively controlling the dream, you're actively dictating where you're going in your awareness. That would be called lucid dreaming, right? So definitely that's a part of it. The teleportation, they're saying now in quantum physics, is definitely connected, because where everything's connected through the energetic field. And then of course you can do that in the, when you go down farther, it says the idea that the properties of one particle can affect the properties of another, even particles that are separated by a large distance, because they're actually interconnection. Teleportation can also refer to the use of virtual reality to create the illusion of being in a different location. I don't buy that. That's an illusion. That's just, technology. I'm talking about really having the real experience on yourself within, being able to go in different aspects of yourself to change and move. And we know there's portals. Our ancestors talked about it all through that. And they did that thing. So, yeah. Experiences. Why would you need a car when you can teleport? It's advanced. Teleportation would be more advanced than making a mechanical thing to get you, which is cool. But what if you could teleport by walking into another space of a portal? And I've had so many experiences of portals and going to different places in my dreams, actually, seeing them come, in my dreams, where I go through portals in my dreams and go to different places. And even I have a very funny dream, but it's not funny. It's very deep to me, where I was taken to a place amongst a bunch of people near a river bank. Great attitude. Everybody's in oneness. They were renting boats. And as I'm walking to go rent a boat at the boat rental, a squirrel and a raccoon both get my attention and tell me to follow them. They didn't talk, but I could pick up telepathically. I heard what they were saying, and they were physically going, follow. They took me through a tree that was down, like a tree that went down. When we crawled through that tree, we came out into another place. In that other place was a portal, was like a portal. That tree on the ground was a portal. When we went through there, when they led me through there, when we went to the other side, there was two trees standing up, almost like the two trees were standing. It was almost like the two buildings, the story of the two buildings, the falling of the Twin Towers, right? The pushing of Joab, and was it Joab and the story, and I was slipping a Solomon. And those two, I walked in between the trees. They both sent electrical volts to me, stunned me a little bit, but didn't hurt me. And then once I did that, I kind of shuffled, got my equilibrium and balance. And then the two young, or the two, the squirrel and the raccoon said, "Follow us back." They took me back to where I was. They said, "Come on, keep up with me." They're actually telling them to keep up. Actually, when we're crawling through that, they pulled my hair like, "Keep up with me." One, actually, a raccoon like pulled my hair like, "Hurry up, hurry up," because I had somebody else with me that was lagging behind. Those kind of stories, but I went through a portal and I got like uploaded. And the first thing you know, the Twin Towers is actually definitely a Masonic story. Why it happened in New York is definitely connected to the Masonic story. Yeah, and a biblical story with the even the what was it when Samson pushed down the two pillars? What is it? Something in Joab's. I forgot the story. I so much don't read the old Bible like I used to, because like I said, I used to do esoteric in Christianity, and we would revelate off the scriptures. In the Bible we read, that wasn't even using Gnostic Gospels that I've uncovered the last 5 or 6 years, which I should do some reading here, find it online, share it, and we go over some Gnostic. We did with the Secret Book of John in the past, which got a lot of views everywhere. But anyways, yeah. And what is this last one? Probably the teleportation. Is that where we're at? Yeah, this was the telepathic, yeah. So let me make sure before I go out of this, it doesn't freak out and I'm not doing something wrong, because let me put my eyes on. Good. It's maybe me doing it all the time. I'm always blaming something else, and then it's like, you're the one that did it. You can't see. Because little things I can see. This I can see good. It's the reading and smaller things that I need reading glasses. The bigger things I can see good distance. I'm still pretty good at seeing. I could see that bird on top of that tree a little far away, something like. I definitely long distance I can see very well. It's just the close and the small, because it's a blur now as you get older. But anyways, these gifts and these aspects are all legitimate for you to have. Like I said, the only one I have not experienced is telekinesis. I would love to. I'm not opposed to it at all. I would take that in. But telepathic, teleportation, yes. These are all for you. Some of you may not get them all, and that's okay. You get one and somebody else does another. And I've had a few people come back and share with me and said, I have been telepathic and teleportation before. A couple of people have sent me messages saying they've had these experiences, and a bunch of people had the experience with the Claras. And thank you for Nula. I've seen we have some new people that joined today here recently. Welcome in. If you're new and just wanting to know more, good for you, and you're open, and it's not about what you came from, but you're wanting to learn. And some of this thing you say that some of this is kind of past me, but I'm open. Go back and go into my videos. There's a lot of them. Go back a couple years ago and listen to some old stuff. Don't hesitate not to send me messages too. Send me at April.Danny1962 Any questions, send it to that email. Don't hesitate. Go to the comments here, send them. Any way that you would look at that. But I'm on Rumble too. If any of you all get on Rumble, like Rumble, because a lot of people during the pandemic got on Rumble to get the news of what was going on, because they weren't being so much. Rumble was not being so much as not telling the truth. They were actually holding tight, telling things that other people were being censored at. On what we went through 2020 and stuff with all that crap, bullshit. Yeah, call it what it is. Setting us up like a bowling pin. Isn't there a song about that? Setting up like a bowling pin again by the Grateful Dead? Yeah, I think so. But anyways, you guys hang tight. I mean, these are for you. These, what I just read, the telekinesis, the clairs, and more. I hope you guys take a deep breath and realize what's happening. I always think we need to keep on key, because it's easy to get angry or to get thrown off key by hearing all what's out there and the stuff. And some people have a hard time dealing with it. It's a balance, but you have to keep your mind steadfast on what you're doing for yourself to lift yourself up, because you don't want to go down a doom imprint. and go into the lower states, a lot of people will stay in a state almost like the black pill, that every information they get is got to be negative, or if they get leery if you're not telling it just that aspect. You're telling other stuff of truth, and not everything is about the negative, what the government's doing, because it's not. That's outside information to us. Gematria is outside information, what they're doing. I mean, these certain channels, which is good knowledge, is not building you. Gematria is about a code that they use to run their system. And it's good to know it, but it doesn't build my code and my system within. It doesn't develop me to grow. And this is where we really got to feed our flame. We really got to feed ourselves. We really got to know outside of us, but to be really concretely knowing what we are and what we have, and not allow that to supersede us, to knock us in a lower vibration, to stay about your business and growth. Because we're going to need, there's something, things work on the benefit are behind us, but a lot of it is just unseen. We know the unseen created the seen. The unseen to us, we see it. So you guys have a great day. And also recap, the teleportation, telepathic are there. Just another aspect of ourselves that we have to be activated and to be used by you, for you, and through you. It's your true nature. You're not acquiring something, you're getting back what you are. You're opening up and activating that which you already have, but maybe some dormant DNA, and a lot of the systems of programming have not allowed us to do that. And then with this comes with what? Comes with this. Outside peer pressure, that if you say you're this or that, you're worried what other people think. Many of you here are way mature past that. Any new people still struggling with that? It can be there. Struggling with your family. There's a time that you won't care. And it isn't that you don't care about them. You don't care what people think is not your deal. I really don't, but then I don't go and tell, like I said, don't tell the initiated knowledge. Don't tell the uninitiated knowledge. Don't try to give frequency information to somebody who's not on that frequency. They can't upload it, and they're not initiated. Meaning you're casting your pearls before the swine. You just got to walk your walk. Because the separation of energy will separate you from other people. It will. Old friends, people who just don't jive with you in the areas now that you cast important to yourself in your growth and who you are. You guys have a great day. Nuances will be next. Nuances and discernment.